sitting closer than normal because you can't see him. Maxie won't get out of my chair. And I got the other dog down at my feet. I don't know why they're so clingy today. It's Mask Monday. I decided not to do the goopy face mask this time. I'm going to do a clay mask. It's supposed to be volcanic ash. I guess that's why it looks gray. This is definitely different feeling. Feels like mud. I guess probably so it is mud. Doesn't, well, it probably says how long, but it's such fine print I can't read it. But usually they're around 15 minutes or till it dries, I guess. This would have been a good, like, Day of the Dead look. My grandson has to, for Spanish class, he has to make one of those Day of the Dead altars. So I'm on the hunt for, like, those Day of the Dead little skulls. Hopefully they still have them somewhere. It's, you know, a couple days after Halloween. Some of the places might still have them. He needs candles and flowers and pictures of dead people and all kinds of crazy stuff to do this Day of the Dead altar thing for Spanish. I'm kind of surprised they have them doing an altar. Seems kind of irreligious to me, but I guess it's maybe not, you know, they're not worshiping the dead people, they're just honoring them. It's not like in, when I lived in Japan, they actually did a Shintoism, I think. They sort of worship their ancestors, so I don't think it's like that. I think it's just honoring them. That's a little different. So I hope you all watched. If you didn't, please do, because you'll love it. We finally had our collab videos up on, well, yesterday I guess it was. And everybody got great stuff. It was a lot of fun. We're thinking about doing it again in January because, you know, January is kind of, after the holidays and the cold weather and everything, it's kind of a blah month. So think about it. If you want to join us in January, I'm thinking about doing some kind of collab. I'll come up with something just to liven up January, or maybe seasonally. This was kind of a fall thing. That could be sort of a winter thing. So anyway, this looks really weird. I look dead. I don't know if you can hear him. The dog's snoring behind me. Come on, dog, give me some room. I don't have any room in my chair. This thing says Wisdom Warriors, and my grandkids go to a Christian school, and they're the Warriors. That's their mascot or whatever. And so I'm on the Grandparents Association, which I think it says that too. Grandparents, it just says great. Yeah, it just says grandparents on it. But anyway, and one of the other people in the Grandparents Association came up with the fact that we're wisdom warriors because we're old, so we're supposedly wise. Don't know how wise I am. I'm just old. So some of the, if you haven't watched them, the stuff that Amber gave to Jean Louise, maybe? I think it was Jean Louise. She like either handmade it or bought something that somebody else had made. It was all really cool stuff. You definitely got to watch that video. And she got back all these craft supplies from Linda, and she loves to make stuff, so she was like, as we say down here in the South, happy as a pig in slop. And I got craft making stuff. A lot of us did, because a lot of us are crafters. But so I'm gonna eventually have a video making maybe a card or two with the stuff I got from Alicia. But I still have to make a couple videos from those free things I got, the die cuts and the stamps. So I got to do that first, because that's a kind of a commitment I made. So I have to do that first. I think my Luxury Diva's on the way, and I don't know what else. My Sonia by Diva is on the way. They're both October ones, and now it's November, so I've been getting both of those really late, or really early, but it's not really early because it's the October stuff. I'm just getting it in November. And I haven't gotten it yet, but like mid-November I'm supposed to get a Stitch Fix, and from what I'm seeing from other people, now they're starting to do kind of like Fashion does, where they send you an email with like 10 pieces or whatever to approve or not approve or whatever. So they're kind of letting you see ahead of time what they're thinking about sending you and letting you decide if that's something you want, I guess is what they're doing. I don't know. I just know they're sending pictures ahead of time. So I don't know what happens once they send you the pictures, but I know they're sending you pictures ahead of time. So that'll be interesting. Oh, what to talk about? I forgot to look what time it was. It's been a few minutes. My clock still says 9 something because I haven't changed it yet because, you know, daylight savings time is ended, so it's now 8 something actually, not 9 something. And if you haven't watched it, I did a Christmas thing, Halloween makeup thing, and I was a scary clown. Not much more scary than this face, though. So go back and watch that, too. Got a few new people that came over from the collab, other people's subscribers. So I appreciate the new people that came over. I hope we get some more new ones. That's part of the reason you do a collab, so you can get, you know, more exposure to your channel. One of the things Amber gave to Jean Louise, I think it was Jean Louise, I want to get one. She said she got it on Etsy, and I'm going to look here and see if I can get it made here for cheaper, but it was a t-shirt, and it had her channel name, and then under it had the little subscribe button with a little arrow. So I thought that was really cute. You could advertise your channel wherever you go or wear it during your videos, and you wouldn't have to say please subscribe. You could just please subscribe. So I thought that was kind of a neat thing. I guess there's a lot of YouTubers out there. Most of the shirts I was finding were men, so I guess, I don't know. My little community is all women, but I wonder if there's more women or more men YouTubers, because I know there's that whole gaming side of things that's mostly men, or tech stuff, or reviewing tech stuff, or all that stuff that's mostly men. So I'm curious if it's more men or more women. I wonder if you could find that somewhere. And I made up, but I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm going to do a second video either later today or tomorrow. It's a 10 this or that that's about Thanksgiving. So I'm going to put that up soon, and you can hear what I have to say, and then you all can play too on your channels. So I think that'll be fun. And then early December I'm going to do a this or that about Christmas. Those of you who don't live in the United States, the this or that Thanksgiving one may throw you a little. You may not be able to play, just see what we say, because it's got some particularly U.S. stuff, because our Thanksgivings are even, you know, Canada has a Thanksgiving, but I don't think they're like food choices and things they do and stuff are quite the same as what we do, so it may be different. Oh, this is still a little wet. I just got my hand all goopy again, so we're not ready to wipe it off yet. Today's the day I'm going with the other grandparents, and we're going to decorate the Christmas tree with all that gingerbread men, and I think we got a sign to put in front of it that says like Gingerbread Village or something, and I'll take some pictures of it when we... Oh, my eye is so droopy today. You all know I have issues with this eye in particular, but some days it gets really droopy. Today's one of those days. Anyway, it's got mostly red and white ribbon, a little bit of touch of green here and there. and bunch of gingerbread people and little signs and ornaments and all kinds of. I don't even know if we got any balls. I think we meant to get some big balls, and I don't know if we did or not. We can always go back and get more if we don't have enough. But what they do is they supply the trees. They're the pre-lit kind. I think they're 6 feet, 7 feet, something like that. And different, like maybe the Spanish club will decorate one, or the football team will decorate one, or just different groups will decorate a tree. And you have to supply all the stuff yourself, so it's basically a donation. I think we ended up spending, it wasn't bad this year, it was worse last year. I think we ended up, there was like about 6 of us, and I think we only paid about $40 each, so not too bad. And then they auction them off. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm bringing some gloves, and we're wearing masks just to make people more comfortable, that the people that decorated this tree wore gloves and mask. That might help it, sell a little better, because people are a little paranoid this year. And usually there's traffic in and out of the school, so because they have them right when you go in the door, and so everybody sees them, and they tempted to buy them and stuff. But up to this point, they haven't been letting anybody on campus except the kids and the teachers. But I think they're loosening that up. But with the supposedly COVID spiking again, I don't know. We don't see it here, but maybe other places. I don't know. Because like the school hasn't had any cases in a couple weeks, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm so glad that the election's almost over. 2 more days, and supposedly it'll be over with, but I got a bad feeling it's going to drag on for a while with challenges and court things, and yeah, I hope it's an overwhelming landslide enough so that there's no challenges, because the challenges are just going to not be good for our country. I mean, I have my guy that I want to win, but whichever one wins, I hope it's very decisive, so that there's no saying, oh, this box of mail-in ballots didn't get done. We didn't get the ones from the cemetery yet. Bad, Pat. Shouldn't say that. Anyway, I'll just be glad it's over. Elections are just so uncivil nowadays. Didn't used to be that way when I was growing up. I mean, I remember my dad, most people did with things like this. My dad had a campaign button that said, "I like Ike," for Eisenhower, when I was a kid, and that was about as contentious as it got, is wearing a campaign button for your guy. But nowadays it gets so, it comes to blows sometimes. It's just crazy. We had Kamala Harris came here to Fort Worth, which is near where I live. I don't know, Thursday, Friday, somewhere around there. And I saw this little video clip, and this one lone little guy had a Trump sign, and the people were just that were there for Biden, they were just cussing him out, and, "We don't want you here, get out of here," and trying to push him and shove him, but the police were there, and calling him, a bunch of vulgar names that I don't say, and it was just so unnecessary. He's just one little lone guy. What was he harming? And they didn't have to be so vulgar and physical and nasty, and I just don't, I don't know. I just don't know what's happening. We just pray for our country. It just really needs it. Getting dry. I don't know how. I guess you just leave this on until it's dry. I don't know. I don't use these clay ones, but this feels better to me than those goopy ones. Well, the goopy ones feel softer, maybe. This is stiffer, but I don't know. I'll keep using the goopy ones sometimes. I get them in boxes. I'm not going to throw them away, but this one shows every little wrinkle. So, what do I have coming up this week? Friday is my clothing thing. I hope try not to mess it up this time. I do five different pieces of clothing from my closet and have you vote on it whether I should get rid of it or keep it. And I filmed 5, but I only uploaded 4, and so you guys got all confused because you thought the one I had on in the beginning was one of the 5, but it wasn't really. It was one I was definitely keeping. So I might show you guys the one I left out last time, this coming time. Just show it to you and do 5 more. But so after you vote on them all week, then the next week I tell you what happened, which ones we're keeping, which ones I'm not, and then do 5 more. I've got a ton of tops. I know you're going to get bored with tops. I think I'll do 1 more week of tops, and then maybe I'll do some jumpers as they Fawn from, I think she's from Wales. Yeah, I think she's from Wales. As Fawn calls them, we call them sweaters. I think I'll do some sweaters. Got some dresses too that I never wear. You know, I never have an occasion to wear dresses. I keep a couple, and I like to wear a sundress in the summertime sometimes because it's just cooler, more comfortable. But you know, I don't go anywhere where I need to dress up. I don't work anymore, and we don't go anywhere at the moment. None of us do. Not like we're going to go to a big party, New Year's Eve party or something. That ain't happening this year. So, I don't know. My granddaughter just left. She was here all week. It was great to have her. She's off at college, and she came home for the week just because she was a little homesick, and she's only like 3.5 hours away, so it's not that bad to come home once in a while. And her classes are almost all online. I mean, they can be in person or they can be online, so she just chose to have them be online this last week and came for the week. I mean, I still didn't see that much of her because she was up in her room doing her classes, but at least we got to see her at night. So I don't know about kids in your area, but all the colleges around here, when they come home for Thanksgiving, they're just staying home. That's like the end of the semester. Either they've already taken their tests or they come home for Thanksgiving and then they do a virtual test of some kind. And they don't go back until January. I think what they're trying to do is keep them from coming home, being all around all that family on Thanksgiving, and then taking COVID back to school. So they're leaving them home long enough where if they get sick, they'll know before they go back to school. I think that's the thought behind it. So once both my granddaughters come home, they don't go back till like mid-January. So they have almost 6 months, 2 months, a month and a half anyway, to be home. So that's nice. And then go back for February, March, April, May, 4 months, and then they're off again. I don't think they're doing a spring break like, you know, colleges used to always do spring break. They're not doing that this year because they don't want to encourage that spring break type behavior during COVID season. So they're giving them longer at Christmas and just not giving them a spring break. Which, you know, that makes sense to me. That's very sensible. Well, let's see. You guys, I never know what to talk to during these Monday Mass. And you guys give me some questions, anything you want to know about me. Just, you know, post some questions below on this one and I'll answer some questions next week. So that it's something you're more interested in and not me just randomly rambling. Or baby donkey's back out. She's done with her antibiotics and she's back out with the rest of the herd. So she's a little bit happier. She hated being caged up, but it was necessary. But once she got through the antibiotics, we can kind of let her out and be around the rest of her. But her leg seems to be healing up okay. So that's a good thing. Don't want our little baby girl to be hurt. We have this friend that's got like this. He's almost 2, just full of energy little boy, and you know, being cooped up at home all the time. He does go to a daycare that's very careful about stuff, but somebody got sick at the daycare, so they pulled him out of that for a couple of weeks, and he's just been climbing the walls at 2. You know, they want to run and go and explore and do and see. So they brought him over yesterday so he could see the ducks and the chickens and the donkeys and the cow and all that stuff and run around because we've got lots of room to run around and get some of his energy out. And he was loving all those animals. We have animal crackers we feed the donkeys, so we gave him some animal crackers to feed the donkeys, and he was just loved that. Don't know why, but donkeys love animal crackers. You know, not the frosted kind, just the cookie kind. And so we buy a big old bag of animal crackers, and every once in a while feed the donkeys because we want them to be tame. The babies weren't coming near us. They wouldn't take anything from us, but now I think they're pretty much weaning, so they're more likely to eat other stuff. So got one of the babies to take a cookie. The other one's still a little standoffish, but she's the one that was hurt, so she's probably still a little skittish. Well, I'm going to go wash this, and then you can see my lovely... What is this supposed to be? What's this supposed to do? It is... And what's the name of this? It's kind of dark in here. Innisfree Pore Cleansing Clay Mask with super granulated lava, or volcanic, or whatever. I can't quite read it. Anyway, that's what it is. It's volcanic ash or something with chunks in it. I'll be back for the reveal of my lovely new face. Well, here's me in all my glory. I think I missed a little bit right there. I don't know that I feel like it did much of anything. You can see all my flaws, why I wear makeup, my dark circles and stuff. It's a brave bunch of ladies. We all go on there with no makeup. We're on Mondays, and those crazy, silly masks. So I'm proud of y'all for just not being, I guess, being humble and not prideful or whatever. You just be yourself. I mean, of course, we all look better enhanced with makeup, but we're all beautiful just as we are. Something else I'm going to do this week. Who started this? I know just Nina did it, but I don't think she started it. It's put your makeup, I think it was Random Reviews by Stephanie, I think started it. And it's put your makeup on with your fingers. No brushes or sponges or any of that. So I'm going to do that later this week too. That'll be fun. So I will see you all later this week. If you're new to this channel, I do unboxings. I do Mask Mondays. I do my clothing thing I was talking about on Fridays. I unbox clothes and makeup and lifestyle boxes. Do a little bit of cooking videos, a little bit of crafting videos, a little bit of walking around with me, seeing all my critters. Just a little bit of chit chat, some this and that's, or questions, you know, like there's one like a month ago or so that was 10 things I can't live without. Alex just did a video on that recently, yesterday I think. I think she did it, well today maybe. I think she did it while she did her mud mask. So anyway, go check Alex and Sugar out. So there's a lot of fun stuff coming, so if you... I'm watching the dog too. He pulled down I had a blanket laying over the arm of my chair, and he pulled it down so he could scruff it up and lay on it on the floor. He's got a bed not like 5 feet away, but he wants to mess with my blanket instead. Well, I will see you all soon, and if you're new, please subscribe and press that little button so you get notified when I have other videos, because I'm going to have quite a few of them this week. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all real soon. Go watch all the other Mask Mondays. There's probably at least 10 of us doing it now, so go do a search and find everybody else that does it. I know just Nina does it. Alex from Alex and Sugar does it. I think maybe Jean Louise. I don't know. There's a bunch of us that do it, so go just do a search and find them and go watch them all and subscribe to them all and all that stuff.